Bloopers are meant to be happy, sad, and mistakes behind the scenes and production of any televised programs or movies. In some instances, an uncertain number of these bloopers tend to make the final cut of the movie or show, if the director finds them worthy enough to feature in his production. Well, watch this video until the end to find out some of your favourite scenes that made the cut that were never meant to see the light of day or were even in the script to begin with. Matthew McConaughey banging on his chest. This actor's been known to do this a lot of times in movies, and it wasn't exempted in The Wolf of Wall Street, where he featured as an investment banker. However, he suddenly started banging his chest after his long talk with Jordan Belfort. He used it to test his newbie in this movie if he was flowing with the conversation they were both having, but it definitely was not part of the script. The scene Batista, or Drax, said, "Why Gamora?" Core Avengers fans are surely going to remember this moment where Iron Man and Star-Lord asked a question about Gamora, and Drax decided to ask, "Why Gamora?" as comic relief. The screenwriters Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely revealed to Yahoo that the line was not in the original script.
I'm gonna ask you this one time. Where is Gamora?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora?
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
When the explosion was delayed in The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger played with the remote. In the hospital scene in the movie, after he walked out of the hospital, Heath Ledger noted that the explosion was delayed. He then improvised a part of the movie where he started playing with the remote before the explosions finally went off. This part was not originally planned to be in the movie, but it sure did make that scene a lot more interesting, as the Joker ran into a bus when the bombs later exploded. Chris Hemsworth hanging the hammer. In Thor Ragnarok, Chris Hemsworth decided to hang his hammer that generates lightning, and he did it on a coat behind the door after Jane forced her way into the apartment. It was meant as a blooper, and it was not originally part of the scene, but it easily blended in with the movie because it was something that the audience definitely giggled or laughed about in the movie.
Jane! You can't just leave like that. The whole world is going crazy. All the stuff we saw...
Viggo Mortensen broke his toe when he kicked the helmet, and his scream was actually real. In the movie Two Towers, Viggo Mortensen kicked the helmet and broke his toe and then screamed for real, but this scene was seen fit by the director for the movie, so the supposed blooper ended up making the final cut. The director felt the actor's real pain gave the scene the most suitable acting, even though it left the actor in agony. Leonardo DiCaprio really cut his hand on broken glass. It's no news that the Oscar winner is one of the best actors in Hollywood, but unfortunately, Leonardo DiCaprio unintentionally slit his hand while filming Django Unchained, and did not even flinch or spoil the scene. He just carried on like nothing happened. The scene was filmed and production liked it enough to keep it in the movie, although it was included as a blooper at the end.
Lay your palms flat on that tabletop. If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is gonna let loose with both barrels that sawed off.
Dwayne Johnson firing back at Tyrese Gibson. As it has been clearly pointed out in the Fast and Furious series, Tyrese would always be the source of comic relief, both for the cast members and the viewers. Dwayne Johnson couldn't help himself as he also dropped one of his co-stars and fired back at him, even though it wasn't in the script.
Hey, Mia, you better hide your baby oil.
I'm just playing.
You better hide that big-ass forehead.
I was just joking. Whatever.
The moment Jim Carrey was supposed to make everything fall, but mistakenly did it perfectly. The infamous Grinch role, which happened to be played by Jim Carrey, accidentally made a perfect swipe of the opposite. The actor was meant to scatter everything on the table as he removed the tablecloth, but when he turned back and saw he didn't accomplish his mission, he used a different method to scatter the table. The blooper was actually a great shot, and it made the cut for the Grinch movie. And Hathaway's fall. Maya's clumsiness in The Princess Diaries, which led to her unscripted fall, wasn't exactly supposed to happen. It was a real fall that was unplanned. When the actress was asked about it in an interview, she said, "I turned really fast, slipped on a puddle, and fell." The mistake made the cut regardless of how it happened.
No privacy. Number 2, you always have to look just right. Number 3, are you okay?
Chris Pratt dropping the orb. When Star-Lord mistakenly drops the orb in Guardians of the Galaxy, it was obviously meant to be a blooper in the movie, but it easily passed off as one of Star-Lord's funniest behaviors. That made everyone laugh when seeing the movie. When Tom Felton forgot his lines and improvised where he said he didn't know Crabble could read. No doubt Tom Felton is one of the few actors who can think on their feet to avoid getting stranded. So it could be noted slightly that the bully in the Harry Potter series forgot his lines after he asked Crabble why he was wearing glasses. But he improvised a new line after a few seconds of silence and eye gestures and said, "I didn't know you could read."
Why are you wearing glasses?
Reading.
Reading? I didn't know you could read.
Donald Glover's fall wasn't staged. When Donald Glover, who was playing the role of Rich Pernell in The Martian, accidentally fell for real, he continued acting, and he didn't even bother to talk about it or cut the scene. The director felt so good about it that it made the cut, and he said that it made the scene feel more human, so he decided that the blooper should stay in the movie.
I need more coffee.
Are you alright?
It's fine.
When Iron Man was trying to open the door for Spider-Man, he thought he wanted to hug him. This one's a little bit embarrassing for Tom Holland, because he actually thought he wanted to hug him. Then Tony Stark went ahead and told him, "That's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the door for you, we're not there yet." This was meant to come out like a blooper, but it actually ended up making the cut because it was a good fit for the scene's ending.
Like someone will call you.
Oh,
All right?
from your team.
Okay.
That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you. We're not there yet.
Kurt Russell destroys a 145-year-old authentic 1870s antique Martin 6-string guitar. The actor mistakenly destroyed an authentic guitar while filming the Hateful Eight movie. Unfortunately, the vintage guitar that was borrowed from the museum for the movie was meant to be returned undamaged, but that didn't go as planned. Kurt Russell destroyed the guitar while he was talking to his captive. The unfortunate circumstances still made the cut, and it was filmed like it wasn't a mistake.
Music time's over. Turn around.
The Iron Man line was not in the script. Robert Downey Jr. tried cracking a joke when he was talking to Captain America in one of the Avengers movies. He said something along the lines of, "Do you want to get shawarma? There's a shawarma joint just about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it." He said this while acting to be in pain in the movie to defuse the situation and make his friend smile, but the line was not in the script.
Please tell me nobody kissed me. You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
Rupert Grint falling off the couch. In Harry Potter, Rupert Grint was known for being the main character's best friend, and they went through all the highs and lows of their journey together. In a scene where Rupert was meant to stay quiet and not disturb, he mistakenly fell, but this wasn't in the script. It did, however, make the final cut.
For all these years, all the questions about Voldemort. Don't use that name.
Which of these bloopers was your favourite? Let us know down below in the comments how you feel about the bloopers and if they were unnecessary or just perfect scenes. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel and put on your notifications to get more interesting videos just like this.